Paul Cousineau from Sound of Prana, sharing on problem solving through relaxing into the solution. What do I mean by relaxing into the solution? One of the things that I noticed when I was doing my meditation practices is that they would become increasingly challenging the more I would be worried about doing it properly. And what the result of that would be is increased heart rate, stress, my mind would start turning around and around and around, and then all these different challenges would come up. But when I kind of like stopped worrying about getting it perfectly, then my whole system would ease, and I would be able to sink deeper into the meditation. And then my goal would be at least closer to being achieved. Now, I don't claim to have ever reached that like perfect meditation that someone might achieve in a moment of pure insight or some kind of deep awakening experience or perhaps 50 years of meditation practice. But I do know that I've entered these realms of inner calm and just being at peace with myself and having that perfect clarity of mind when I've been relaxing into it. One way that I've used this for problem solving is not worrying too much about the outcome or about the solution or actually being able to fix the problem. Now, what I mean is, let's say I'm in a meeting and we're concerned about how are we going to be securing a particular service. As everyone are going through it, we're thinking about all the negative outcomes that can happen if the service is not secured. And that makes a lot of sense, especially because from my background of being a CPA, I'm all about risk analysis and risk mitigation. But one of the things that this can do is it causes a physical response in our system that is generated because we're worried. We're worried about these actual risks materializing. So one way is then once you've done kind of like going through the risks, is letting go of that and separating your mind from that problem. You can be doing breathing techniques. I like using the 3 deep breaths, and those can be kind of like subtle. So it doesn't have to be something like really big and noisy like you can see how that might like freak out a colleague or it might freak out a family member. So you can just kind of like breathe in kind of like discreetly but deeply. Just like this. And doing 3 to 5 breaths like that will allow your mind to be a little bit more disengaged, and it will cause a physical relaxation response, which will allow you to think more clearly. Another easy method, if you have that available, is changing rooms. There's been studies done that every time you walk through a doorway, your mind kind of like compartmentalizes the mental processing that's happening, as well as the different relationships to memory and other modes of thinking and other thoughts. So if you do all the risk analysis in one room, you might then start thinking of a few ways to mitigate them, switch room, and then think about it again. And that will allow your mind to relax from all the tension that was being built through the other environment, which your mind associates with that specific environment. You can then bring it to the next level and have a room that is specifically designed for being relaxing and having all of these different positive feelings and thoughts, while another room could be used for the risk analysis portion. So this way, you're actually creating a deeper connection with those mental associations and those physical responses of the various rooms to maximize your problem-solving abilities as well as being able to relax into the solution.